Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Magmapillar pet rescue event, which is available for today. So this is one of the better pets in the game, still not good enough to spend gems on, but still definitely very good. Ends up giving the bonus to elementals, and there's some really specific teams that you can use with this. But before we go over the teams, let's go and do a couple of the fights. In this video I wanted to show something pretty unconventional, and that is the power of Mang. Specifically, the power of Mang using the strongest hero class currently in the game, which is Titan. So basically, we're going to be running with Stun, so that they can't really use their on-skull effects, extra attack, the extra little bit of brown armor, just because the other two don't really fit too well, a Dust Storm, so we get more brown on the board, which will help get us Mang mana, but also every single brown we take will end up giving us Barrier, which will allow us to basically outlive almost anything. We have Bloodthirsty, which will give us Enrage, so we can hit through any traits if we didn't already stun them through our impact. And on top of that, we gain immunity to a lot of things, with the most useful one in this particular instance, on this particular day, being the immune to Death Mark, so that they can't end up doing that to us. So, yeah, gonna help out quite a bit. So, let's go and head right into that. Go and just go back. No other team other than just the Mang itself. So, let's get into that and see what we can do. We already took out the other battles with it. I just wanted to kind of see if it was possible. I have not actually tried it on this really high one, though, but I assume it's also possible. Of course, we do have the capability to repick, and with a board that bad of a start, I do actually want to go for a repick here until we can get a proper, at least take a brown, if nothing else. Come on. Stop giving us horrible boards here. All we need is one single brown. I don't even care if it's an extra turn or anything. Both the boards did not even have a single one. Okay, this has enough green that I think we'll be able to kind of make this work. So we'll go take that. Okay, good enough. We'll just go and take it already. So we'll take a brown here. Grab that. We'll gain the Enrage from the previous turn, the Barrier from the other brown, and now we just need to go get full mana, and we basically just go down the line. That Skull, I'm actually just going to ignore, because we can just get another Barrier. He can't Death Mark us or anything, so we don't need to worry about that. Even if we didn't have Enrage, I don't really need to worry about him now, because he's stunned, so even if we were to lose that Enrage, he already wouldn't have his Armored. We do want to be careful that we don't end up hitting this Monolith, just because it does double damage if it ends up getting the kill. So what else do we need here? We mainly just need to keep cycling the board until we can kind of just get something going, like taking browns, getting our Barrier right back up. So if he tries impacting us with a hit, he won't really be able to do so as much. I really do need to get a Skull here, though, because he does double tap with his ability. So if we can find one out of nowhere, like right there, thank you, right on time. Exact moment we need it, we get another Barrier from the Cascade there. And from here, yeah, we just do ridiculously high damage. Again, I don't want to hit this Monolith yet. He is currently Stone Skinned, so that's a little concerning, but I'll go just do this. We just need to go get an Enrage, so we just need to find an extra turn somehow, and that'll be the main way. That, or we could throw another Mang at him. But I mainly just don't want to hit him just because he is going to gain that extra damage, and he will be able to one-shot us once we do that. So even right here, I do not actually want to take that Skull since we are not enraged. We'll just go throw a Mang at him, I guess, right now. Or actually, I should probably wait till he does his ability. Oh, no. Actually, at this point, he has stunned himself because he hit us. So we can actually one-shot him with a Skull if he would just give us a Skull now, since he dropped his Barrier. At least for the duration of that stun anyways. Again, I still don't really want to cast at him. I kind of want him to take this green into a yellow into a Skull. That would be great for us. He might even take this green over to the side. And because of all this, I'm actually going to throw a blank Mang at the other one and just hope he stays stunned. We'll probably be able to gain the mana right back up anyways. So I'll just kind of take moves, kind of wait it out for a little bit, gain our Barrier right back so we don't have to worry about that. He did get unstunned. He is going to go for a hit here. We can actually use this to our own advantage. He'll do brown to red and green to Skull. From what I can see right now, that does not have a single hit of alignment. So let me just make sure whatever I move into does not actually give him alignment. If I move that yellow over, it will give him green alignment. Unfortunately, that is our only move. And since we passed our turn earlier with Mang, it looks like I am going to have to give him one Skull. Luckily, we have Barrier at the moment, so that shouldn't matter too much. So he'll go do his cast. He will get the one down, but in doing so, he also stunned himself. And now he doesn't have his 50% Skull reduction. And now that that isn't a thing, we can just move that over, get a Skull poke. And as long as he doesn't revive right here, which he can't, never mind, he's stunned. So that is match. And as you can see, we soloed it with just Mang using Max Titan, nothing else. So let's go see if we can do that again. Should be able to basically do the same premise against this. Obviously going to be a little bit harder, but as long as we keep taking browns to make sure we're always barriered, there isn't much that can kill us, unless they have a multi-hit ability. So right here, we are going to go and take brown in a way that doesn't give him an extra turn. Obviously, we don't want to take it downwards there. That would not be good. So we'll go and I guess we'll just take this over to the right there, get full mana. He'll poke us once. I'm actually going to Mang his first slot, just so we get it killed, I think, because I do not want that monolith to be damaged. So he will one-shot us at this point, so definitely need to make sure that gets killed down. We'll take a brown just to keep rebarriering, as always. Take a red, that one rage us, so even if he wasn't stunned, we'd still end up killing it. So even if he unstuns, we'll still get the kill now, so that's nice. I'm actually going to take this in a way that leaves the brown on the board. I want to leave as much brown on the board so that we can keep barriering whenever we want. It's all the other reason why we start with a brown storm as well, which just went away. That ends up putting more browns when we initially start the board. We'll go take a red here. We obviously have a lot more to go in Mang. We just basically have to play the board, trying to bait out the enemy. Like right here, we need to see every single move that the enemy has. And we can see he has two. He has this green over to the right and this yellow up. So do we want him to take one of these moves, or do we want to take one of these moves? So basically right here, we basically want him to, because there's a 50% chance that he'll take a yellow upwards, which would guarantee give us a skull. And even if he takes this, there is 2 locations where we'd still end up getting him. Oh, never mind, only 1 location. But if a skull falls specifically right there, we'd also still get it. So there's a pretty high chance we'll get something to work here. So with that being said, we're just going to go for Mang right there. He'll hopefully take the right one, and he does. So we just take the skull poke, killed the biggest threat on his team. The only other insanely big threat now is Inferno King himself, but luckily he's actually blocked by Hellcat in his particular team lineup. Kind of weird, but this final battle is actually relatively easy to a degree just because of that. But he's just going to disease us or something right here. Our Fortitude, actually, whatever he does, we have immune to. Are we immune to disease? I keep forgetting everything that it has immune to. When fully maxed, you have immune to stun, poison, disease. Okay, we do have immune to disease. Death Mark and Devour. So we do not have immune to his burn, but we do have immune to his disease aspect. But anyways, let's just keep getting everything that we need. We'll go take a... What else? What else? I guess we'll move this, because I'm trying to get, like, reds and browns over here. It doesn't look like we managed to do that. I guess at this point, we could just keep doing skulls. We do have enough skull damage. I believe we could one-shot all of them from here forth. We do want to be taking purples when we can, though, too, just to stop him from gaining purple for his Hellcat, which will eventually leak into the Inferno King. We definitely do not want him doing much with Inferno King. Right here, I could either deny his purple or go for the red. I think I'm actually going to go for the red in this case. I need to cycle the board until we get more browns into the board. We currently do not have shield, and given the intensity of how hard he hits, we definitely want to try getting a shield, because that's going to help us a lot. He just took away my brown. Very unfortunate. I needed that. Would also be great if we could get Skull Poke or something. One nice thing about this current board, though, is I don't believe he has alignment on Hellcat that will do anything beneficial to him, so we'll just take a random move. Still trying to get the browns next to each other. He did not end up converting out brown there, so that's really good for us. So now we have more of them onto the board to be able to utilize if we so choose. I don't think we have much of a move here. There isn't much brown next to each other. I think we just kind of take in this general region and try to get reds near each other, hopefully. Browns, I mean. So there's the brown we needed. I'm actually going to take it just for the barrier and nothing else. So we'll do that, so we're now protected. A nice little cascade occurs, and we just get a one-shot. And that is match if he doesn't revive. Don't you dare revive. Good job. And that is what it looks like to solo 2 teams with just Mang and the other thing. And if you notice, if I'm not mistaken, actually I didn't actually double check, but I believe we went that entire battle without taking a single poke of damage, which means regardless of your stats, you would have been able to do the exact same thing. I might have taken more tries than just one, but I don't believe we took a single hit of damage onto our actual armor or HP, only onto the barrier itself. So regardless of what our stats were, we would have used Mang to take their armor and to attack, and then you would have had basically the exact same premise of what we just did. And obviously you just build a team around that. Obviously you don't just use Mang, but I just kind of did that to prove a point that it is possible with just Mang and Max Titan, which is one of the reasons why the hero class is so amazing. Also, you can retrade it into another pretty good thing, which I'm actually going to do right now. So, of course, there's 2 teams that we can end up using, and one of them we need to go and change its traits. There's basically 2 ways you can use this hero class. You can use it kind of like we just did, where you're using it, like what we just did is how you use it for pets, raids, invasions, and other battles that are way stronger for you than you. But in battles where you're kind of just trying to go quicker, where you're about the same strength as your enemy, you're going to most likely want to switch this to, also when your hero is not used in first slot, of course, you'd want to use Summon to a Random Storm instead. This can just stay as a counter attack unless you're using a hammer or mace. The next one moves to basically any of these 3s, generally the extra magic to yellow though. Then we go into either +1 glory per PvP battle, or you go into the Dust Storm at the start of battle. In this case, we're going to go for Dust Storm. Then you can either go into the barrier when matching brown and just keep it as is, or you can go into all giants gain 1 life in magic. And of course, the Kira class itself counts as a giant. And as far as the next one, you would either go for the brown mana, or you would go for the explode 1 yellow every single extra turn, which you will generally go for if you have a lot of extra turn spam. And instead of fortitude, you will go for elementals, gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell, which of course synergizes with the fact that we're going to be showing an elemental right now. So basically, I could have just said go completely Storm Tree. Essentially, is what you should go. Storm Tree is one of the better trees, but it's also like perfect synergy with a giant hero class because there's so many giants and elementals that synergize with each other. But yes, basically the main reason for this is this team right here. It uses 3 elementals, which ends up giving you an attack and HP bonus. And this team, in the full accumulation of everything here, actually has the highest base HP when you're starting a battle in the entire game. Nothing has any higher than this, so it's really ridiculously high. I think it's over 100. Yeah, it's over 100. So very, very decent amounts. Also, the elemental thing, as you can see, it gives attack bonus, HP bonus, and if we were to put another elemental into the team, it also ends up giving us a magic bonus, which is pretty nice. As you can see there, if you end up using 4 elementals, though most teams in the current state of the game would only use 3 elementals. There are some ways to kind of get it to 4 if you kind of use Infernus and all the like end game stuff, but more often than not, you're only really using it with 3. Biggest issue at the moment is there's currently no elemental hero class. If that was added, then that probably would make it. Also, if a troop got half start to all elementals, a half mana start would also make it occur. But anyways, we'll be starting with this team. We already finished all of our traits and made them go as we needed. And basically what we're using here is a 4x giant team that's also elemental focused. It's basically the strongest team I know of that is both elemental focused as well as giant focused. So it kind of covers both grounds simultaneously. If you don't have Dawnbringer, you can use Black Manacles or really any purple weapon for that matter in that location if you don't happen to have it. Main reason to use Dawnbringer though is this magic. This weapon ends up getting 5 additional magic because it gives +5 to blues. So obviously this is a blue. The other reason is these creates red and yellow, and this other one creates red, and both of those mana accumulations leak into your Dawnbringer, so all the excess you'll be able to use. So right now, this is actually a really bad starting board, to a degree that I don't want a single thing on this board. I guess we'll just move that over, get a little bit of mana. Not really progressing us much. I guess we'll take a brown, hope it surges, and go from there, and kind of start it up kind of like we did with Mang in those previous battles, but we'll go do that. We will get some mana here, but hopefully we'll get some kind of nice follow-up. But so far, so bad. Let's go move that over. We don't obviously don't use purple, unfortunately. But we get an explosion every single time we end up taking one of those extra turns, which is helping us a good deal. Gonna throw some barriers down just to kind of save us a little bit, just for durability, because we are falling a little bit behind this battle. Mang, not too concerning, though then again, we just soloed 2 teams using that, so we'll see. Maybe it'll go crazy. Currently, we're not really getting any burns down on them either, which is really important. This troop does triple damage if they are burning, and he ends up creating 10 reds if they die, so it's really important that we actually do get those burnings down. But apparently, we're going to have to work without it, so we'll go do the adjacent damage there. There should be enough damage to kill it, and we will indeed just go for it then. Get that down, get our extra turn. Every single cast we are also, as I showed earlier, we're getting 1 magic to all elementals, and of course, all 3 of these are elementals. Elemental Giant, and Elemental Giant. Unfortunately, Hero does not count as an Elemental Giant. But we'll go through that down. He does get a summon, though it is going to make very little difference. If we can get his kill here, that'd be great. Oh, that's why he's not burning. I didn't see that. He's stunned. Well, normally he'd be burning every extra turn. Fail. Well then, that would explain it. Well, normally that wouldn't happen. We'll throw a Dawnbringer down. And he's still not in kill range, unfortunately. We're still a little bit short. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Never mind. We'll go to that, get that down, and then we can just kill him with a Ural, and that'll be exact damage, and down it goes. Oh, that's pretty much how that team goes. A little bit of a sloppy way to use it, but you generally get the point. It's really good to use as a Guild War Defend Day, too, if you're not currently already doing that. I guess we'll go show it one more time. Probably not against Freeze, though. Freeze is really annoying with this. It is a loop team, so generally still avoid like all things loop-related. So we'll go against the Skull Spam team. Not sure exactly how that will do, but we could always freeze him and stop him from skull spamming if nothing else. I believe they fixed that glitch with Doom Skulls. They probably haven't yet. If not, it's probably fixed next patch. But anyways, a much better start than what we got previously. Way, way better of a start. And we do triple damage, so every single time we do that, we will end up getting some more extra damage for them, so we can keep just spamming that over and over again with various abilities, get the magic we need, throw down the one-shot, boom, go from there. So right here, I'm actually going to throw a Dawnbringer just for protection's sake, just for get them also at the kill range, and from here we could basically just keep spamming all the damage. So we'll go for this one first. We'll get our extra turn immediately, we just throw this down, and we basically just keep repeating this cycle. This one's going way better than the previous one, obviously, and this is how it normally goes most of the time. Not always, obviously, but this is the ideal of what will happen, and the whole purpose of what that team is made for. And again, it also has the highest base HP in the entire game, meaning it's ridiculously tanky, and HP is, of course, way better than what armor is. And there's one other team that you would use this for. Of course, you've probably seen me do it many, many, many times. It is the best Explorer team in the game, or at least among one of the best, just my personal favorite, as well as pretty much the quickest. But let's just go to any kingdom where we might need to go explore, and in my case, it's Zolkiri, because I believe I have the least amount of green-purple due to the most recent mythic. But you just do basically something as simple as this: Sunbird, Rowain, Firebomb, and basically any weapon in the entire game that is either brown or yellow. I'm specifically showing Urskea Crown here because if I'm not mistaken, you get it for free from completing out the Urskea questline midway through the questline, so really easy to obtain. It just creates 9 red, and boom, you just get it right into Sunbird, and to go from there. But basically, this team uses 3 elementals. The specific aspect we're using of this is the fact that we gain 6 HP. And in the case of Sunbird, 6 HP actually means 6 damage because it has a 1-to-1 boost ratio. Per every HP it has is 1 additional damage, and 6 extra damage is quite a lot. So definitely quite nice to utilize with it. And if there was ever an elemental hero class, you would also be able to get a potential of 3 additional magic, meaning you would get 9 additional damage onto your Sunbird and 3 additional damage on your Rowain. So pretty nice right there, as well as 3 additional damage on your Firebomb. But unfortunately, currently, as I mentioned, no elemental hero class. The closest thing to that is currently Titan, using that thing that gives +1 magic to all elementals every single time we cast. So with that being said, of course, that does indeed include Firebomb. So elementals gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. So as you can see here, we have 29 magic, and then we go in Firebomb, and that will now be 20. Wait, I meant 28, and now it's 29. I said that incorrectly, right? You should have given it the magic. Yeah, it definitely did. But it gives it 1 magic. Like you'll see right here, it'll go up to 30 when we cast a Rowain right now. Oh wait, I won't be able to show both of them, will I? Because I'm actually going to kill it right now by doing that. But you can see right there, it does. Oh, it's because it does the magic beforehand. So it actually counts towards the cast as well, with that being said. Because it calculates it beforehand, as soon as you click the thingy, before you even target with it. One other thing to mention about this is Sunbird. You may notice whenever you use Sunbird in the past that it's Fire Heart when it gains life based on red allies. This only affects the very first iteration of the Sunbird. When it ends up dying, it actually loses that bonus. However, the 6 HP that you're gaining from the Magmapillar, it is indeed retaining. So if I go and show this real quick and go and cast it, basically you'll notice it's currently 77. It got this 77 HP because it's getting 2 additional from the Firebomb and itself, so 1 from each. So that means when it dies here, it should have 75 HP. So let me go kill it real quick, just get full mana, and it should come in with 75. And as you see, right, okay, 73. Wait, what did I miscalculate? Hold up. What made it go up by higher? There had to have been something on the hero class then. Oh, something gave 2 to elementals, right? Something gave extra life to elementals. Yeah, my bad. But yes, it's because it gained 2 HP from this, and also 2 HP from its Fire Heart. So as you'll see, if we lower down the speed at the start of the battle, it's gaining 2 from both. So let me just go under settings real quick. But it retains the full 6 from the Magmapillar. So let's just bring it to a 0.5, I guess. That should be slow enough. But anyways, let's go and just show it real quick. Go into here, go into Explore, go into Fights, and as you'll see right here, it'll get 2 HP, and then it'll get another 2 HP when it goes down to the Firebomb. So you'll see right here, 2 HP. It starts with 73, gets 2 from itself, gets another 2 from there, goes to 77, and that's where its extra HP is coming from. But the Magmapillar itself, that's +6 that we're getting, that you saw from the default, which made it go to 73, that is all the Magmapillar, and every single time it dies, it still retains it, as you saw in that previous battle. So, for example, if we go and take this away, it's going to now lose 6 HP, obviously. So if we go into this battle, just take out the Firebomb itself, and we go just into a battle, you'll see, of course, that it'll have just 6 less HP. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep using that team, one of the best Explorer teams in the game, as well as the other one, pretty good Giant team. And that's basically everything that you end up using this Magmapillar thing for. As you see, that's 6 lower. Actually, technically 8 lower because we don't have the 2 from the guy we just removed from the team. Fail. But you get the point. Anyways, If you guys still have any other questions or anything else you want me to go over, let me, or feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to do so. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone!